to go jogging again. Made a promise I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emmy is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. Sleepy. Katawa Shoujo. Yes, quite. Alright. What is this? Day something. Oh, I hate that alarm. My morning alarm goes off, and I fly about uselessly for a while until I remember that I've decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. Good for you, Hisao. It's about my health, after all. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that hasn't made existence so intolerable that I'm going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. At least that's what I'll keep telling myself. Look at those dang-ass things. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone on my run. Emmy has apparently been here for some time. Looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just what the hell does she come down here anyway? When? The hell? Oh, it's you. I'm surprised to see you again. Why is that? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She frowned, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be on a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. I shrug, and suddenly appears she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. So, come on then. What? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So come on. I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Oh, there's a motion blur. Well, things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with an effortlessness that I find inviolable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Man, yeah, you gotta go for it. What am I doing here? Am I really just going to fold and let me? Well, no, you're not supposed to play competition. It's just doing it for yourself. You gotta keep doing. You gotta keep going. I speed up. The second lap's done quickly, and without even considering it, I keep going. Emmy looks back over his shoulder at me and grins. Still going? Wouldn't pant. Want to think I'm out of shape. Pant. Emmy laughs without breaking her stride no less, and speeds up even more. Well, if this is the way we're going to play things, I increase my own pace as well. I can feel my lungs burning and my legs starting to question just what the hell I think I'm doing. Lactic acid screams in my muscles, so I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind because that would be a loss. The rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast, like that bolt. How the hell does she keep it? Uh-oh. It's like a string pulling at my chest, a choking feeling of narrowness and pain. Before I can think of anything else, then, oh shit. The track disappears from under my feet. I stumble, one hand shooting down to clutch at my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Emmy whirls around and her eyes widen. Hisao! She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track. What's wrong? Nothing, just... Keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. Don't panic. Do you need me to get the nurse? I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. My heart struggles to regain its rhythm. Slowly, the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon it's gone like nothing happened. It was nothing? No, something happened there. I open my eyes again and glance at a very worried Emmy. I think I'm fine? My voice sounds weird even to myself. Oddly even and matter of fact. It makes Emmy frown. I don't think you are. She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right, you're coming with me. You've got to see the nurse. Emmy grabs my arm and drags me up. I feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse the shoulder Emmy offers for support. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed by my own weakness. I'd really rather not have Emmy concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I'd really rather not have anyone concerned about my condition, though at this point it seems to be a little too late for that as well. Dude, that's the whole point of this school. God, you're dumb. I like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own, without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. Yeah, exactly. Nurse! Emmy crashes into his office without knocking, but doesn't alarm the nurse in the least. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? Sunshine, anyway, he calmly sips from his coffee mug. but lays it down after following Emi's gaze to me looming in the doorway. Hisao, what brings you here? We were running and he stumbled over and started grabbing at his chest, and I thought I'd come get you to make him... Easy there, Emi. Calm down. Hisao, what happened? I don't know, we were running and then my chest started hurting, like that time before, but it went away after a few seconds. It was just a flutter or something. The nurse frowns, as if to say that just a flutter is some kind of oxymoron. I didn't mean quite this when I suggested you get some exercise, Hisao. You've got to be more careful, Hisao. I put the Hisao in the right spot. I was being careful, come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Didn't seem as well reasoned as I thought it would. You just what? That is, I was racing Emi. Emi, is this true? Emi fidgets, looking adorably contrite. Well... Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say it aloud and merely nods. The nurse sighs and rubs his forehead with one hand tiredly. Emi, you've got to be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Hisao has a bad heart, and getting him to race you is incredibly irresponsible. Actually, I started it. The nurse is stunned by my statement. You what? We were just running, and Emi started to pull away, so I speed up to catch her. The nurse stares at the ceiling, mutters a prayer for patience to some god or another, and looks down, back down at the both of us. He's like, you fucking guys. So you're both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now come on, Hisao. I've got to make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. Oh god. What's that on his monitor? Jesus. I dutifully obey and follow him to the adjacent room where we ascertain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die. So how does it feel? I don't know, nothing much. Tired, but it might just be from the exercise. You should stay here for a few hours and rest, and we'll see how you feel after that. I'm not going to object, so I lie down on the infirmary bed. Shutter shade. Thoroughly busy Emi comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I couldn't hear what he said through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really, really sorry. I should have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurances don't do much to cheer up. I want to make it up to you. Again with that decisive nod. So you have to come to lunch with me. I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really, really good. I start with a you don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see her face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? Yep, the weather's nice, so the roof is a great spot for lunch, you know. I see. You'll come, right? You wouldn't deny me the chance to make it up to you. Of course not. Great to see you there. Shutter shade. I stay afloat somewhere between sleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty and then try to lie as still as I can, which in this state is not a very hard thing to do. The nurse is shuffling around on the other side of the curtains he drew to give me privacy. I see his shadows shifting about in the sunlight. He has opened the window of his office. It's windy outside. The clean white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy, lazy motion, like waves. Light sifts through them slowly, half absorbing into the fabric. Sleep time. I close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtains. I listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it, not even a week, and I end up like this again. I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to play the half-baked sports star in front of a real one. And why did I try to act brave, like that heart flutter was no big deal, even when it obviously was? It was just a reflex to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Emi to see it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I have to be more careful or I will end up in the hospital again, or worse. That's my final thought before I give in to the tiredness. Still here. I fell asleep. For how long? What time is it? I'm feeling a little lightheaded and I keep blinking compulsively. Pushing the curtains aside, I squint my eyes against the unfiltered light pouring in from the window. The texture of the canvas feels nothing like the wind did before. The nurse looked up from his work, sitting exactly where he was before. How are you feeling? I can't really tell, so I don't answer anything. I'm kind of groggy from falling asleep at such a weird time. Hopefully I don't look too tired. What time is it? Me croaking the question to gain some orientation, the nurse looked at his wristwatch before answering. Things seemed to happen in slow motion. 10:15. I try to think for a moment what that means, but I'm not really sure. You didn't answer my question, Hisao. Oh, fine. Climb down from that